Hi, a pleasure seeing you here.
Come
here often?
337. I came here 336 other times, Sarah. Where have you been?
Oh, right, sitting next to you.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing real well.
Endless summer happening right now.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
I love it. It feels like that. Now it's like summer time.
Yeah, heating up over here. Loving it. So happy.
Busted out all my summer wardrobe. So many rompers.
Rompers.
Rompers, jumpers.
Really?
Pretty much any wardrobe that requires me to get fully naked when I go to the bathroom.
To disrobe.
Adorable, but I make sure that door's locked.
That is a real problem. I've noticed a lot of the rompers, too, have that, they'll have a side cut out. Yeah. It's just, I don't even know how you get it on.
That's a good question.
You know?
I went and tried on some clothes today, and I went to go... It was like one of those cutout things, and just in the dressing room, I couldn't even zip it up by myself.
Yes.
I was like, well, I can't buy this.
No.
God forbid I'm home alone.
Yeah, that's not practical.
No. Mm-mm. Yeah.
But cute.
Adorbs.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
How about, I've been dying to tell you, because the other day I was working on a weekend and Adam and Link were on their own, which you know how that is. Two boys without a civilizing force, female, to say, what the fuck are you doing?
It'll be Lord of the Flies in a week.
Yeah.
Got it.
So they go out and they go to Target, and Lincoln really wanted some of those. You know that thing that you can do where you fill up all the balloons at once?
Yeah.
Water
totally
balloons.
seen those. Yep. Smart.
And he really wanted one of those. And for some reason, Adam and Lincoln don't think you should read packaging. So they just look at the picture and like, this looks cool. And they bring it home and they show it to me. And I'm like, why the hell would you buy rotten egg scented water balloons?
Are you kidding me?
I'm going to make you smell it.
Why is this even a thing?
Exactly. Who thought?
Who is this? This is horrible.
It's like fucking Stan Bornak from Golden Girls novelty, like
yes,
poop.
It totally
it's like
is.
that. And so I thought, how bad could it be? Like, and then Lincoln had me convinced it's like a separate packet. So they're just regular water balloons. And then there's like a packet where you can like put it.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. Then we don't have to use the packet. But then as soon as I opened it, I still cannot get the scent out of my nose.
I want to know what the meaning for this product looked like. Like, what the Shark Tank pitch is.
Yeah.
Like,
hi, Sharks.
Hi, Sharks. So you know those water balloons? What if I told you there's a way to make them more annoying for parents than just having to clean up the little plastic parts all over the yard?
Right. How can we make this worse?
Worse.
I've got it. Let's make the victim smell like rotten egg.
Holy crud.
Right?
I mean, that just has bad idea written all over it.
And I really thought they were exaggerating, and they weren't. It was worse than I thought.
Are you sure you didn't go to a military supply store? That this was Target, not something that seems like a weapon.
I bet 100% of the consumers who purchased this also did not read the packaging.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like it looked like an egg on there.
I would love to find the item and look at some of the Amazon reviews because that's got to exist.
Good point.
Right? 0 stars.
People are just furious.
Or 5 stars.
I know.
Where they're like, exactly what I needed. Prank War 2019. I'm the winner.
Yeah, you're the winner, but you will lose all your friends.
Correct. So really, even when you win, you lose.
It was so foul.
That seems awful.
And then I started thinking about, isn't it a weird thing how if I asked you to think about the smell of cinnamon, you can imagine a smell.
Yeah.
And that's how it feels with this stupid balloon, that it's like gross. Stuck in my nose, this smell. And I can still smell it even though it's days later.
Ooh.
What's with that? How does the brain do that?
But smell is like our strongest memory.
Isn't that a weird idea, though?
Well, it's got to be that smell is so linked to a biological
response.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, that's dangerous, that's unsafe, that's, gonna hurt me. Like, so it locks in your brain so that you don't make that mistake again and potentially kill yourself.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're looking at it as like, a rotten egg scented balloon that's like totally a modern thing.
Yeah.
But if you just took the smell of rotten eggs, which is what that is, and you went back 500 years, there would be something, if you smelt that, where your body biologically would be like, don't eat that fucking thing, that'll kill you. That's rotten.
Yeah.
And so it locks in there so that you don't even have to think about it next time. It's just like, nope, that'll kill me. Can't move it on.
Yeah, you're right.
So
right. Well, thanks to the savvy marketers of rotten egg balloons.
Yeah.
Now I know.
That's interesting. There's really no other scent that we can think like is really going to give you information, like touch, sort of, but you can touch something and, doesn't really...
Yeah, right.
Sight, sound, like no sound. It's not like, if I hear that
the real
sound.
humdinger.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
And it actually reminds me that I read an article about a Parisian perfumer, I don't know if that's the right word, who created a perfume to smell like semen. Sex is what they claimed, but one of the components was semen.
I'm here to the tell smell of Badussy.
What's that word?
Butt, dick, and you can guess the last one.
Oh, I thought... Oh, my God. Is that a Sarah original?
I don't think so.
Oh, my God. Right. I think they claim that it's blood, sweat, semen.
For Christ's sake.
To me, I couldn't think, besides the rotten egg balloons, of a scent I would not want more than semen.
Right. Nothing like walking into the room smelling like you just... did it.
Did the nasty.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that a strange thing, too, though, that evolutionarily speaking, semen would not have a better scent? It just seems like we would want that to smell good. You got anything on that?
No,
Sarah's got a theory.
I'm trying to think if, it's hard for me to think of what it smells like.
Clorox bleach is what it smells like, Sarah.
Oh, Landon.
This is for a study.
Yes, for science. You need to.
You forgot? That's great. I'm happy for you on that one.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
That's weird. Mm-hmm. You think they have the... But, I've been with women, and I don't... It's not this... I kind of like the smell down there.
Of women?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Maybe evolution is saying, you know what? We don't actually need men. And I concur.
Yeah, it's like that snake from a few weeks ago. Had her own. She was like, frickin' A. No men around? Fine. I'll just
the
clone
Immaculate
myself.
Conception snake version.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what does smell good.
What?
My breath, because I have very clean teeth.
Uh-huh. I know you do. Me too.
Thanks to our Quip toothbrushes. Mm-hmm. I'm sure a lot of people are going on vacation this time of year, traveling, and Quip is a great electric toothbrush that you can still travel with. Usually they kind of are too big and
they don't even fit in the... I didn't even think about that.
They probably friggin' set off bomb detectors, those other ones.
So
don't do that. Right. But Quip is so sleek and compact and will go great into your carry-on. Normally, we keep it on our mirror, and then when you travel, you can just pop the little mount off your mirror and use it as a cap. Super convenient. I wish I would have had that when I was in Detroit overnight stranded.
Right.
I did not. I had to use those crappy airline.
And then the bristles fall out as you're brushing. Oh, that's the worst.
Right.
Ugh.
Yes. So you guys need an update on your toothbrush. Quip is the way to go. And they send you a new head every 3 months so you can just replace it and it's not gross anymore. That's why we love Quip and why taking it to wherever you're going this summer is the right thing to do. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/braincandy right now, you can get your first refill pack for free. That is your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/braincandy.
Before we end this subject, what I love about them?
Yeah.
That's the appropriate amount of time. I'm always in need. And
Me
I'm always
too.
out of the toothpaste. It's not like sometimes I've gotten things where I'm like, whoa, I got to slow down the orders.
Yes.
I'm not using it. No, they know. And they're like, we're not going to give
this.
You it every month because you don't need that.
I was in Pittsburgh and it was
like that.
My toothbrush was starting to look like, you know how it gets where it's
yeah.
time. And then when I got back, there was one waiting for me.
I love that.
I was like, wow, they're good.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good algorithm.
I just ran out of my travel one. Shows up, new travel one.
See?
How do they know?
You're welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
And you can get that magnificent secretions perfume. And then
Stop. That's what it's called?
Yeah, in French, though, magnifique, whatever.
Right. It's like what we said, where if you just name something, the color in French, you're like, yeah, that sounds great.
That's elegant.
Ooh, cafe au lait? Yes, I will take that taupe paint.
We're on to you, people.
Mm-hmm.
There was a study recently that showed, and this may not surprise you, it did not surprise me,
Okay.
that unmarried, childless women are the happiest subgroup in America.
I didn't think you were going to tell me that. Well, isn't that the best news?
Happiest.
Yeah, probably because they're getting the dick from all wherevs.
That's really funny. I don't think that's why.
It's probably not.
I think it's because the thing has always been women get less happy, or what's the word? I don't know, sadder.
Happiness decreases.
Yes, whenever they get married, whereas men, it goes up. They become happier. And I know why. Because we do a lot of stuff for them.
Yeah.
And their life is better. And our life gets worse because now we got to take care of more people instead of just ourselves. So I think that's why. And I hate everything about that.
Yeah, that is sad for us.
Yeah. So if you're, childless and single, and you know how you have all those people that are like, maybe you'll find a man someday. They're idiots.
Yeah, they are.
It's like a misery loves company
totally.
thing. And really, you should just, enjoy your fucking great life.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, really, that just says that putting effort or putting the focus on your own needs makes you the happiest.
Yeah.
And I think if you can, and I've even thought, they say, husbands and wives should love each other more than they love the kids. Like, putting the focus on yourself. And then if you look at that, okay, well, how do two people love each other more than that? Well, they first have to love themselves more than they even love their own partner. So you can, go back, with each relationship. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally. Good. Okay.
Yeah. And I
So,
remember
that's
back
it.
in the days before internet even, there was a lady who wrote a book saying just what you're saying, that she
Yes.
places her marriage as the primary relationship and the kids secondary. And the backlash.
Was she on Oprah?
Yes.
That's where I
Yeah.
got this information first too.
Yeah.
And when I heard that young, I was like, I know that's true.
Yeah.
Even as a child, I think I saw that and was like, yeah, that seems right.
The vitriol, though, that people,
I can't believe it.
especially other women, have towards somebody who would
Yeah.
say, I actually am choosing to put my husband first, not my
Yeah.
kids. People get so mad.
Right.
And I don't get why they can't just say, good for you, I'm not doing it that way.
Right.
Why do people want to
I don't know.
make you live like they live?
I have no idea.
Tell me, Sarah.
I wish I knew.
Right. It's an odd thing.
And maybe there's something that they just need to, it's too painful to accept the fact that, what does this mean if I do love them more? No, I can't accept that. Then it means, maybe whatevs. Who knows?
I just think it's insane. Because your kids do grow up and leave.
Yes.
And then you're stuck with
Absolutely.
your freaking
It's
partner.
such an important thing to...
Right?
Well, I mean, this is exactly what they said in our life cycles and aging class of what parents need to do, what husbands and have independent, not lives, but things that they're interested in, because if all of your attention is on the children and then the kids leave and then you're like, who am I? It's all identity stuff. And you have to have a strong identity in each category, as a wife, as a mother, as a individual, without everything. But when you put all of that onto one thing, whether it's role as a wife or role, it makes it too easy for, I don't know, I don't want to say deficits, but stressors in one category will totally bring you down, will sink the ship. If all of your value is in being a mom, and you have a child who's having trouble in school or disciplinary stuff,
right,
then you're crushed too. You're like, oh my God, I'm a worthless person. I can't even da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
But if you can kind of separate out the problem of okay, well, I'm good. I'm a good mom. I'm a good wife. I'm a good whatever. And also, there's stuff going on with my kid. You can better approach the problem. You can better find a solution. You don't personalize it. And I think that's kind of
yeah. When you
important.
place all your value, though,
Yes.
you put all your eggs in that basket, then you're right. When something goes wrong there, which it will.
Yep, definitely.
Then you just question your entire role in this world.
Correct.
That's a terrible feeling.
Totally horrible.
But it's easier said than done.
Totally.
Especially when the whole of society would like to tell you that your children and your family unit is the value that you can provide. Like that whole, like you by yourself was kind of worthless.
Right.
That's reinforced a lot through
Totally.
pretty much every message that we ever see.
Yeah.
And so it's hard not to buy into stuff when it's just constantly
a lot of, I should be like this. I should be doing this. I should be.
But just remember, if you are single, you're
good.
You're good.
You're happy.
According to science, you're probably happier than the rest of us dumb fucks.
Yeah. Sorry, Linda.
Sorry, Linda.
And she, I don't know.
If
is
she's
she
married. Is Linda? She's a divorcee, I think.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, like what else? What do you think her hobbies are?
Ooh, her hobbies would be asking for the manager.
This tea is rancid.
Right.
I can see her saying that.
Soup is cold.
Yeah. No, they always say it's ice cold.
Ice cold.
As a server, nothing was ever just like, this is not warm enough or whatever. It was always, this is ice cold. I bet it's
so
not.
Funny. It's not.
You piece of crap.
Like, let's put a piece of ice in there, see what happens. Does it stay frozen? If so, if it's ice cold.
I do find those things that people, like I was seeing his tweet the other day about how they did a montage of all the times white old men say that a different white old man doesn't have a, quote, racist bone in their body.
Oh, my God.
That's the phrase that people say. And it kind of puts distance between what you're saying and probably the truth, which is that you're saying maybe that they're not racist, but why don't you just say that? Why are you? Well, that's not a thing. There is no racist bone.
Right.
So it almost makes it like more abstract, I think.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like that with weird phrases when people order food or just like when you're going through a ritual.
Yep.
They tend to gravitate towards the, no, it isn't ice cold.
Not. And you'll get your point across just as well if you're like,
Maybe people feel like they need to be hyperbolic.
I think maybe.
Like, this is the worst meal I've ever had.
Right, yeah, read some Yelp reviews. That's what it seems like. I'm like, I love that place.
This makes it sound like I was a terrible server, and I was not.
No, I know that you were a good server. Come
Thanks,
on.
Sarah.
I just know it. I know you were because of how you treat servers.
Oh, thank you.
You are always really, really, really wonderful to anybody who works in a restaurant, from the busboy to the bartender to everybody.
Was it you always saying how like half of the people I follow on Instagram are like my servers at restaurants?
No, that's so funny. I love that.
Because, I like them. I'm a regular. I go to the same places all the time. And then I get to know the staff, and they're usually really funny and nice. And it occurred to me as I was going through Instagram, I'm like, all these people are like bartenders, servers, cooks.
Yeah.
They're all nice.
They're good people to know. I went out with a friend the other night, and one of her friends who works as a bartender, and we went to a place he works, but he was off, when just hanging out and drinking. I mean, we barely paid for anything.
Right.
I was like, these are good friends to know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just tip them. Here you go. Double, triple, whatever the...
Right.
I love that.
Yeah. What if you went out with a friend or went on a date and the guy or the person was a terrible tipper? Wouldn't that be a deal breaker for you?
Yeah. Like, what kind of... what are we talking terrible? Are we talking lower than 15%?
Yeah.
It wouldn't... I couldn't... I don't even know.
Do you think the people that do that just are really bad at math?
Sometimes, because I did that once. I had heard... I would have said back in the day I was a bad tipper. Because I never worked in the restaurant. But you know what I'm really good at? Folding up all my clothes and putting them on hangers after I leave a dressing room. Because I worked in clothing. And I retail, and I hated that, to leave the big pile. So I'm very conscientious with that. But you got to be a good tipper. So somebody had told me, oh, you just double tax. And that's about, blah, blah, blah. Well, I went somewhere where tax was super low. And then I doubled it. And somebody was like, what?
Well,
you
I never
can't
thought about that.
And I was like, oh, crap. And so now I just do 20% no matter what.
Yeah, please.
Across the board.
For Pete's sake.
And just because what's an extra $4 to me?
For real,
Whatever.
that's
Come
what
on.
I think. And it makes them so happy. Like when you give someone a big tip, they really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Me too.
We're tipping appropriately over here.
Yeah.
I got a tip for you, though.
Tell me.
you want nice skin, use BioClarity.
Oh, I already know this tip.
Yeah,
Tell
you
everybody
do.
else.
You do, but other people might not.
God, I'm loving their new stuff.
I know.
That
Did you
spray?
get the, yes.
Woo!
Yes, I got that
was
too.
I was like, this is what they need.
Yeah.
And I just keep it in my bag and use it all day long.
Yeah, and it's
so
great
refreshing.
for they have a spray and you can use it on like setting your makeup.
Yeah.
But it also gives you like moisture and stuff like that.
On the airplane?
Yeah, that's a must have.
It smells good. Yeah. Tell the people.
BioClarity is a clean and green skincare brand that have products that just work. I've been using it for years. I use the clear skin routine because I have breakout prone skin and I want to get rid of breakouts and clear and calm the skin, and that's what BioClarity does. There's Floralux in it, so it's made from chlorophyll from plants. But here's the thing. In addition to it being, natural and vegan and cruelty-free and all that, which is great, it's also affordable. A lot of their competitors are just insanely priced. This has a 100% risk-free money-back guarantee as well. Get healthier, more radiant skin by going to BioClarity.com. And right now, for our listeners, you'll save 40% on skincare routines plus an additional 15% off everything on the website. It's an incredible deal, but you need to enter our code BRAINCANDY at checkout. Go to BioClarity.com and get 40% off skincare routines plus an additional 15% off everything on their website when you use code BRAINCANDY at checkout.
You want to? This is a story that I totally I forgot about. That's from my camping trip that I have to tell.
All right.
So this made me so mad, and I can't believe I waited so long to tell you because this should have been like the very first story because it's so podcast appropriate.
Okay.
So we were having a day where I was like going to go off and do my own thing and like. Well, really what happened is we were on a bike ride. Me and Landon were on a bike ride. We had rented bikes. We have like 2 hours with the bikes. And we're like on this big loop. And we passed the, like Yosemite gift shop. And I'm like, ooh, I want to go in there. And Landon's like, oh, well, we'll go. Maybe we'll catch it on the way back. Where, we want to like, let's just keep going. Let's not waste our 2 hours on the bikes. Blah, blah, blah. Go on the bike. And it ends up being a big loop where we don't ever pass the gift shop again on our way back. So I'm like, oh, gosh, okay, well, I guess I don't get to go. So we drop off the bikes, and I'm like, oh, Landon, I really still want to go to the gift shop. He's like, I'm tired. I'm going to go back to the campsite. Okay, sure. So here I am feeling like kind of like bummed that like I didn't get my way. I really want to go to the gift shop. And, and I like having somebody else come with me because like I never spend money, and I like can't buy things that I feel like are – I don't need, and I need somebody to behind me to be like, just get the Yosemite sweatshirt. You want it, or like won't. And that's what I've wanted like for years, and like haven't bought it. I finally did, but that's not the story. So he goes back to the campsite, and there's a bus. There's like a really convenient
like a
Yosemite shuttle that like travels all around, no problem. So I go to the shuttle. I'm like, okay, I'll take the bus. Stop there. I'm the only one on the bus stop. And then right up next to me comes this guy who's like about my age with a suitcase, rolling into town. He's like headed to, whatever. And he just starts hitting on me. Like, I mean, he was cute. He's like French. He was French.
What do you mean hitting
like,
on you?
Like, I mean hitting on me. Like, first of all, I'm giving off every vibe that I don't want to talk to anybody right now.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm like mad at my husband for not taking me to the gift shop. I'm like...
Yeah, now it's a whole
thing. And so he comes up to me and he's like, oh, so where are you headed? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm just waiting for the bus. Well, so do you know how I get to here? No, but there's a map right there. Well, oh, okay. It just looks like it's just you and me. Like,
listen to your accent.
It's not even meant to be an accent. I'm just doing like a kind of voice. And, it's just like what he's like saying all these things like, oh, just you and me here. I guess what'll happen
feel
is
like
the
slimy?
Bus... Totally slimy.
Okay.
The bus will come in and... What do you say? You and me just run off, and I'll take the bus driver. You control the crowd, and we'll take the bus, and we'll just like it'll be you and me. And what do you say? And blah blah blah. I fucking turned around and walked away from the goddamn bus stop because I felt so. I'm like, the bus isn't coming for another 15 minutes, and I got to deal with this shit. I don't like. No, it just felt like there's never a situation. And then I just walked back to the campsite. I was like, this isn't even worth it. I mean, I went to the other gift shop, but that wasn't as good. And got my sweatshirt. But it was just like, I was pissed because I'm like, if I were a dude, I would never have to deal with this.
Yeah.
Like, this guy just, and I tried not to let him ruin my afternoon, but I had to change my plans, and I couldn't go do what I wanted to do because some guy made me feel uncomfortable and didn't get the hint no matter what I did when I tried to move over, when I tried to, like, turn my head away and not talk to him, and he got closer, and I just felt really uncomfortable to the point where I have to leave because I don't know how to stop this.
God.
And I was so mad. Like, I teared up a little bit on my walk home because I'm like, how come I don't get to do what I want to do?
Yeah.
I want to do this, and somebody else doesn't want. I want to get on the bus, and I got to deal with this guy who's, like, making it uncomfortable for me. This isn't fair. There's no situation where a woman would be hitting on a man enough to make him feel so uncomfortable that he would have to leave and walk away from a bus stop.
No.
I couldn't imagine a world where that would happen.
Yeah.
And I was just pissed.
Well, and even if you followed our sort of stop being polite idea, you'd have to be very scared about how that could end.
Right.
In that situation where there's no one else around, you can't do that.
And then what? I'm going to sit after I tell him,
yeah,
stop being rude, and then I'm going to sit there for 10 more minutes and wait by the bus stop while he... Forget it.
No, that sucks.
It did suck. Thank you
What
for
did
hearing me.
he say when you walked off? He didn't say anything?
Oh, I said something like, I made an excuse. I was like,
oh, I got to get back
yes,
to whatever.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well, this is the wrong bus stop for me. I'm going to go, whatever. And the fact that I had to, like, say that, and then I was like, I just hate all of that. I had to do that. And
that's really strange that he would have been so aggressive.
I mean, I looked real cute in my camping clothes.
You had it coming. No, I mean, that I get. He is only human.
Well, what was she wearing? What camping clothes was she wearing? That's a joke, obviously.
I can't blame a guy for trying.
Right.
It's the persistence that feels like, what was the end game there? Because he had to see that it was not effective.
Right.
And so do you think he kind of enjoyed that he was making you uncomfortable?
Maybe. I didn't even, or maybe it's just, I was like,
that sucks.
Are you aware of what's going on in this climate we're in right now? And
what if do you think if bringing up your husband would have made a difference?
I think I did.
No.
I think I showed him my ring. For real.
Wow.
I totally did. I know I did.
Because even in France, I think that's pretty much the universal.
They're into that. They're like, what ifs? It's just sex.
I suppose, but if you're going to bring up, like, hey,
it
look,
was really uncomfortable.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks, Suze.
I'm sure glad you got the sweatshirt in the end.
Yeah, me too. It's really cute.
But you're right. You shouldn't have to put up with that, and it's a damn shame.
Yeah. And I was just like, I got to share that because I can't believe I forgot to tell that story. And that just thinking about how we
when he would
deal
say
with that,
each
but
thing,
they don't.
What was your response? What were your
I mean, I was
reactions?
definitely cold. Like, I wasn't like, no. I was like, yeah, okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, yep, oh, well, I don't know, okay.
The worst thing is he didn't even probably get that he was the problem there.
Right.
Like, he's going to keep doing it to other people. But there's absolutely nothing you could have done.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to risk
right.
harm or aggression from him. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that you could predict his behavior.
Right. And who takes a wheelie suitcase to Yosemite? That was like the other thing I was thinking about.
Secondly,
I'm like, most important. This is inappropriate luggage for the climate, for the area.
Wait, what? Where do you think he was going?
I don't know, I don't know. I guess it's a good question.
Do you think he was coming from a campsite?
I think he had just arrived, and he was going to maybe his campsite or going to the lodge or whatever.
That does seem like an odd luggage choice.
I was like, where's your backpack? What's this?
Maybe that makes him suspicious.
Yeah,
maybe it's kind of like the smell thing where your spidey senses were like, this is
oh,
odd.
What's this? That's not the right bag for here.
But that's the other thing, the fact that you even have to assess all this stuff.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. It's an extra layer of no wonder we're like stressed out and have anxiety and all this stuff because it's like there's this extra BS.
Yeah, constantly.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened.
Phew. Thanks. I feel better just sharing it.
Speaking of patriarchy, though,
yeah,
I saw an article that, you know how we talk about the patriarchy of the thermostat?
Yeah.
At, like, offices that it's always too
freezing.
cold.
Yeah.
They did a study and showed that men have higher cognitive ability in cold rooms and women have higher cognitive ability in warm rooms. So not only is it annoying to be cold and stuck in these rooms, but it also is affecting your performance.
Yes. So let's explore that.
That's the thing I haven't thought, like, what could that possibly be about?
I
Just
mean,
metabolism?
Or, that's an interesting theory or hypothesis.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe your hunters and, like,
you
being
went
outside and having to be acclimated to a climate outside versus biologically speaking, like traditionally, and we're going caveman years here, women would be inside in a cave, in wherever, working the fire.
But it seems like that would be reversed then. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I think of a cave as being cold, but you're saying it's cozier.
Yeah, like compared to
outside,
exposed to the
snow.
outside elements, or like whatever shelter has been set up by our primitive ancestors. Maybe got women more, because I think back to how men can see deeper shades of blue and women can see deeper shades of red because they're working with the berries and hunting or gathering, and the men are outside, need to navigate with the sky and with the ocean so they can see more, like nuanced shades of blue.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know. It always comes back down to like, what are their jobs way back when?
Right, right. And you might be right. That could be the genesis of it. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, it's annoying that then they're the ones who decide the thermostat, and then it makes you perform at a lower level.
Yeah. Man, who knew that? I'm going to turn up the heat next time I got something to prep or study for.
Right? Or at least bundle if you're going to be taking a test.
Yeah.
Like wear tons of layers or something.
Smart.
Well, however you like it, cold or hot, you will love Open Fit because you're going to be burning calories and getting fit and just feeling stronger. Mm-hmm. People ask us, Susie, Sarah, how do you stay so fit?
They do ask us that.
And the answer is Open Fit.
Yes, it is.
It's basically the Netflix of workout videos. They have Extend Bar, so you can do a bar workout without paying tons for the membership and all the equipment and all that stuff. They have a new workout called Rough Around the Edges. It's 6 of the most badass stunt women in the business.
So I want. Yep. That's what I'm doing. Okay.
Right?
Damn, that's cool.
It's so cool. They also have, yoga and stuff that's not crazy workouts too. So you don't have to always do it like that. And that's a nice thing. You can go with what you're feeling that day.
Yeah, I need to do that more. Explore the different videos.
Yeah, the different options.
They have like a yoga one. And I'm like,
It's in Hawaii. It's super peaceful. OpenFit changed the way I work out, and texting our code BRAINCANDY to 303030, you can join us on our fitness journey, personalized just for you. Right now, during the OpenFit 30-Day Challenge, our listeners get a special extended 30-day free trial membership to OpenFit when you text to BRAINCANDY to 303030. You'll get full access to OpenFit, all the workouts and nutrition information, totally free. Again, just text BRAINCANDY to 303030. Standard message and data rates apply. But, yeah, there's something for everyone, and it's freaking free. Try that.
Yes.
And then after you do, what were you about to say?
Oh, no, I had posted a picture a bit ago and asked people to, just letting Brainiacs know, like, if you have stories, let us know. Say? Well, and I saved it to Google it, like, when we were on here.
Okay.
But, so I'll say who it is. Katie Weber.
Okay.
She said, apparently there's only one other animal in the world with a chin other than humans. I won't spoil the surprise, but the answer is not any sort of primate species. And I think it's weird how similar our skeletons are to this creature. Maybe check those facts out.
Okay.
I gotta know.
Yes.
What are your guesses?
My God.
What? And she's like, it's weird how similar it is to us. So that's, what do you think it is?
A giraffe?
A giraffe. You think a giraffe? A giraffe has a chin. I love that she chooses an animal that has a feature that is so different than us. She's like, I like an elephant.
Hold on.
No, not really.
Elephant.
Okay,
No,
so
I would
something
not
that
guess
would
elephant.
almost like, I don't know why I want like a chin. What has a chin?
She said the whole skeleton is similar to
Yes.
the... Okay.
I don't know why I want to say like a cat. It's like, but that's not
They
right.
do freaking have chins.
They kind of, do they?
I mean, let's define chin.
That's a good question.
Because, like, I'm sorry, but according to how I think of a chin, dogs and cats and
Yeah.
everybody else have... Anyone with a head and a mouth...
Right. How do we... Okay, no.
Okay.
Simply put, our chin is the protrusion of the bone that appears below the front wall of the human mandible or lower jaw. No other animals have chins. Chimpanzees and ape jaws slant inwards. Even our closest relatives, such as the Neanderthals, did not have them. But what is this? It says, oh my gosh, this is interesting. No, really, other animals don't have chins. And then it says, even your cat.
Okay, well, maybe I just don't know what a chin is.
The mystery of the human chin.
The mystery
We're
of
the only animal with chins, and no one knows why. In response, several readers argued that other animals, including horses, cats, elephants, do have chins. They don't. The critical point here is that the chin isn't just the bottom bit of the face. It's a specifically lump of bone that protrudes out from the lower jaw. Yeah, if you do a Google image search for horse skull or cat skull, there's no such protrusion.
All right. What is it?
Sus.
Yeah.
I'm like gonna laugh here because
Why?
this was the example that I was like joking could never be it.
What?
It says the one that's the closest
fish.
is an elephant.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense, Sarah. I'm mad about
says,
it.
In fact, among the entire animal kingdom, they're the only known species besides humans to have something similar.
Let me look at this. And what is she talking about? The skeleton looks like a human one.
Yeah, I
What
gotta
the
know
devil?
this. The human chin, like the elephant chin, is a bony protrusion that extends forward of the lower mandible. For all the varied creatures in the world with this lower jaw, there are certainly thousands that none
Sarah,
have this protrusion.
Are you looking at these
What?
pictures? Look, there is fucking no chin there.
Well, look, I mean, we got to talk to howtogeek.com because they're the ones who wrote this article.
I
Wow.
clearly do not understand what a chin is or what similar skeletons
I mean,
would look like.
yeah, elephant and human.
Come on. Who wrote this to you? Courtney?
Katie. But,
Katie,
you know,
help me understand here.
it is weird that they don't have chins.
But they said they do. Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
I mean, other animals don't
Oh.
have chins.
Yes, it is weird.
Yeah. Have you heard this, that babies don't have kneecaps? They're like not formed yet.
No.
And if you feel a baby's knee, it feels so weird because that, you know, a lot of our bones, what are we born with? Like, I can't remember, but
I have
it's
no
like
idea.
261 later. But I want to say we develop like 60 bones. That I want to say it's like 206.
What is on the knee then?
Nothing. It's like all floaty, weird, like stuff hasn't turned into bone yet.
I guess you know how the babies have the soft spot on their head
Yeah.
because their head hasn't closed up yet. But that's a bit different than just nothing there. No patella.
Yeah, there isn't one.
Well,
Feel-
I guess
we
they
need
don't
a
need
baby.
them. Is it only after they get one do they start crawling then?
Babies are born without kneecaps.
Here we go. I'm
Yeah.
already mad. I
It
don't even
doesn't
know
show
why.
up between. This is such a crazy range. It shows up on X-rays somewhere between the ages of 2 and 6.
So they're crawling around with no kneecaps.
Well, they start one. It says it's made up of soft cartilage that has yet to ossify into bones.
I guess it makes sense because if you know the reflex hammer,
Oh yeah.
you wouldn't be smacking that on them.
Right. No, you definitely would not. Like, just maybe like don't smack babies with hammers.
Just
Period.
generally speaking.
Yeah. Oh, it says that they're born with like these less bones because it makes the birthing process simpler.
Yeah, I'm grateful
because they
for
need to be
that.
real bendy and movie and like can't get blah blah blah.
Yeah,
so they're
I
basically
get
like
it.
rubber until about like 2 to 6.
Rubber baby. Elephant chin.
That's the name of this. That's the name of this episode.
That's
So,
absurd.
Yeah, weird body stuff I love, but
I don't like. Don't you ever learn something and then feel mad that you know it? That's how I feel about this elephant chin thing. I want it to be not true. I want 2 + 2 = 5. But it doesn't.
No, I kind of like it.
Why?
What I don't like is I don't like not knowing what body parts I have do. I'm like, what the fuck does my spleen do?
Yeah,
Why do I need my appendix? Do I? Don't I? Gallbladder? Probably need that. I don't know what. A lot of things that I have no idea what it does.
Why does it bother you, though?
I don't know, because it feels like I should know what all the. I don't know. It feels silly.
I know. I wish, but we don't.
I think about that because I'm like,
anything.
man, I know so much about how, like, my plants, for example. I know, based on how the leaves look, whether they need more nitrogen or more magnesium, or they need less water, more water, whatevs. And I forget that my body is giving me the same information. I just am not looking at it. Like I did this post a little bit ago where I'm like sticking out my tongue, and somebody was like, oh, a scalloped edge tongue. Like I can't stop looking at the scalloped edge on your tongue. That's a sign of dehydration, stress, and anxiety. And I was like, well, check.
You're kidding me.
And I have all those. So, yep, that's a thing. And now I'm like, man, I gotta look at basically like my leaves and see what color they're turning, because
Sarah's leaves
I think it
need
should
some tending.
Yeah, I feel like I need to. And when I see a problem with the plant, I'm like, oh, I got to handle this. I got to take care of it. I got to fix it. I got to like re-regulate and balance out the soil. Blah blah blah. And the fact that I don't apply that same. Like,
I get that.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, I don't want my $4 plant to die. Then I'll feel so bad. Meanwhile, this is the only life I got.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just what I have to tell myself to make sure that I'm practicing good self-care all the time and really knowing why it is I'm doing things. I think it makes it like I'm more likely to follow through on goals like drink water every day, like drink enough water, or, eat a balanced diet, get all the protein you need. If I look at myself as almost like a plant.
Oh, that's real sweet.
Because we can run on fumes for forever.
I feel like you need another plant tattoo.
I think so too.
Yeah, like you've really gotten into plants even more than you were. And I just feel like you need something.
Oh,
just think about that.
I will.
Planting that seed.
Yeah.
Get it? Another seed I want to plant is the importance of reading the news and being aware of what the heck's going on in the world. Mm-hmm. That's a great thing that you can do by reading The New Yorker, which we do. And a lot of the things we talk about on the show are from that. The New Yorker, you might think like, oh, they're too fancy. I like these other crappy things. Mm-hmm. No. It's not. There's something for everyone. Yes. They have pop culture. They have cartoons. They have food, humor, arts, all the stuff that make you a complete human being. They probably could tell Sarah what her spleen does.
Totally.
And so you guys should check them out. And once you hear the deal, you're going to be like, what, now I have to. Because the deal is you get 12 weeks of The New Yorker for $6. Plus you get an exclusive tote. Go to NewYorker.com and /braincandy. NewYorker.com/braincandy. Listeners save 50% when they enter Brain Candy at checkout. So do it both. NewYorker.com/braincandy and then enter Brain Candy to get that $6. What? I mean, if you don't do that, I don't even know what to tell you about your life.
Yeah.
I did read a thing in the New Yorker recently about the history of the beach read. It was really cute.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cute because, it's summertime. A lot of people are going to the beach. And you do hear people say, like, what's a good book that I could read at the beach or on vacation? And the article was sort of talking about how, if you really think about it, that's a weird idea. Yeah. Like, why would we read anything different based on our location? But I do it.
Totally.
Yeah.
In fact, one of our book club books when I went on a vacation to Puerto Rico was the Ruth Bader Ginsburg biography.
Yeah.
So dense.
Yeah.
I couldn't read it. I didn't read.
Yeah, because it didn't match your vibe.
Totally.
Yeah. I get that.
And it was like, I'm trying to relax, but also be but then there are certain books that that are like science-y.
Yeah.
That I can maybe.
Right.
This is just too much information. I don't know. It's weird.
It was a little too dry for a vacation read. But it was saying how, there's so many things like this where, how we heard about how halitosis was created by the Listerine company or whoever to kind of make you feel like halitosis was a disease or an affliction that you could have and you would want to stop. It's kind of like that with the beach read where it's just a marketing thing but it started in the 1800s.
What?
Yeah. So
holy crud.
A lot of that stuff, I think even the halitosis thing was quite long ago. But it was like that where they started marketing to, I think women in particular. It was like when you're going to the beach or when you're going on vacation, here's a list of books you might want to read. And so it was a marketing thing, and then it became truly like maybe the marketing made us want to read light things when we're on a vacation rather than
the marketing just recognizing
matching it.
Matching.
Yeah, that's what we don't know, the causation there.
Now, this was specifically marketed to women, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So there's that kind of is another thing to look at of if we were to take beach read out of it and like think about like they're not, don't say like the it almost reminds me of like the latte thing where it's like, just don't get a latte. Or
that's what chicklit, the idea of chicklit.
Yes.
When men write books about romance, like The Notebook.
Yeah.
Nobody calls that chicklit, even though women are the main readers. It's about when a woman writes it, it's seen as like not high art.
Yeah, and 50 Shades of Grey didn't help us.
I know.
Because I tried to read that piece of garbage. Sorry if you like it. I mean, I get
if you
what
like
it is.
Sure. I mean,
but like,
knock yourself out.
Yeah. I mean, it's like one of those things where like, you'd have to know what it like, you know what you're signed up for. I'm like, you're not looking for,
I think
the next great American novel.
Right. But when, I believe it was Jennifer Weiner, the author who she's very popular in the romance and quote unquote chicklit.
That's her last name, and she's popular.
It really is.
This really does hold up our expression.
Our theory. Right?
Yep.
You are your last name.
You are.
I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
So she wrote an op-ed in the New York Times about this very thing, about how people that write books very similar to hers, who happen to be men writing them, do not get that same derogatory moniker or label put upon them.
Wow.
It's a bummer.
I mean, you even take Romeo and Juliet.
Right.
For goodness sakes.
That's chicklit.
Yeah. There's so many stories that are,
Yeah. So that's a problem. But what isn't? Patriarchy, that's what we should just like...
Hello?
Just stop recording the show and just be like, here's what we're dealing with.
Oh, gosh.
I know. Oh, well.
So that's my take on the beach read.
Do you want to hear about this hilarious article that I read about Domino's pizza tracker?
Yeah, oh, my God. Yes, please. And that we need something funny. I'm just like, oh, God, how do I come back from this? Now I'm sad. Now I feel like I'm at a bus stop. The guy I don't want to be next to.
So Domino's has an app where you can order your pizza and all that, and then it has a little tracker that says...
I'm familiar. Who's making your pizza?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then it'll be like, perfection check, and then, it's on its way, and all that stuff. And so this guy decided he was going to see if it really reflected the process.
Yeah.
And so he went to Domino's and ordered wings and then ate them at the place, but then put in an order for a pizza to be delivered to his home. And so he saw it come through and watched the whole process and really felt like he was exposing the fraudulent nature of the pizza tracker, because he was like, they said there was a perfection check. There was no perfection check. And then
they said it was Rebecca putting it, but it was not. It was Tom.
It was like the person, it said Salem is going to deliver it. And he was like, there were 3 people. We'll call them all Salem. Salem number 1, he did this. Salem number 2, he did this. Salem number 3, he noticed there was no, I guess there's like a butter thing they put in there or whatever. And he added it. Maybe there is a perfection check. Salem number 3 is the greatest delivery guy. And then he followed them to his house. So he said that it must be an algorithm based on timing where it should be in the process. And it does give you that sense of like that things are happening.
I don't like it.
It's not even really a problem with Domino's. For me, it's a problem with the human brain, how we want to see progress all the time.
And how these companies are creating these. This is not the same, but in my mind sort of is the same about how I feel about the TSA airport security line.
Totally.
Where I'm like, this is all
it's an
just
illusion.
to make me feel safe. This is bullshit.
Right.
I mean, for real.
Well, have you ever been on a website? It's usually women's clothing, where it'll be like, Janet just bought these jeans in Iowa, and it's trying to give you this sense of urgency, like
only 2 left.
Yes.
Just purchased by 48 other people are looking at this item. I'm like, they fucking aren't.
or like hotels. It's often like 4 people are looking at these dates, and there's only 2 rooms left.
Right.
I mean, it is effective, but it bothers me how weak the human brain can be. And we're like, oh my God, I gotta get it.
Right.
Like, I fall for it. Oh, man. But maybe the pizza tracker is nice because that's actually providing comfort rather than urgency and making you spend more. Maybe we should be okay with it.
Yeah, but it feels like, I'm sure there's somewhere where you click that says, like, these are just estimates and this is not based on an act. There's no way, because it almost feels like, is it false advertising? Is it feel like, it's not really advertising, but it feels like inauthentic and like kind of lying to us.
The first step is we got your order's been received and we're firing up the whatever. And he's like, I don't know what this means. Their ovens have been on all day.
Their ovens have been on since 1989.
Right. And I don't know. There must be somebody at the end of the process, however, that pushes a button and says it's been delivered. But he said that one took the longest, and he thinks it is because the driver has to do it.
Yeah.
But that most people wouldn't know that it takes forever because who's still looking at the tracker if you're eating your pizza?
Right.
So there's no need for it to be.
People are checking that tracker before that.
Oh, it's in the oven.
Uh-huh.
So-and-so's doing a perfection check.
Yep.
As long as it gets to my door and is delicious.
I do like Domino's pizza.
I wish I didn't because they don't believe in a woman's right to choose.
What?
I believe.
Really?
Or they used to, at least.
Oh, dang.
But that sweet, sweet pizza.
Good thing there's Pepinos by my house. That's just the family chain, so I don't have to order from Domino's.
Or if I'm wrong about that, let me know, people, so that we can order in peace.
I can't shop at Hobby Lobby. I can't go to
Even
Domino's.
though you still do.
No, now I don't anymore because the one item that I bought there, they don't have anymore.
Is it like, did you say it was...
It's the plant, the artificial plant that you have in your... that little vase thing that I gave you.
The plant or the little styrofoam thingy?
No, they're like
the green.
The green, like the certain plants that they have are much better quality. But
but now they got rid of them.
Yeah, they don't carry them, so it's Joann's. Thank goodness. That's safe for me to shop at.
Hobby Lobby is so weird because
it is weird.
I read about them a lot because they are in charge of, or they own the Bible Museum. And so they buy a lot of antiquities.
Oh, for goodness sakes, I really can't shop there.
A lot of them they buy on the black market. And now they're getting in a lot of trouble. Yeah, like people are, you know how people steal antiquities?
Yes.
And then they go on the black market and they're buying them. And it's not okay. Those are for scholars, man.
Yeah.
But like fragments of the Gospels early.
Oh, my goodness.
It's not good that they're in the wrong hands.
Yeah.
You know, because they need to be preserved. And,
totally.
But they just really believe in it.
Not altered or changed in any way. Who knows what
Well, right. How can we monitor?
Right.
Somebody did a joke on Twitter, which I thought was really funny. Shep Rose from that Southern Charm.
Uh-huh.
He said that he wants to create a dating service for the elderly, like elderly single people, and call it carbon dating.
That's really good.
I almost was like, can I pay you $50 so I can have that? And then, you know,
that's such a freaking good name.
It's so good.
We were just talking, Brain Candy Brainiacs, before we press play, about hilarious names and how, like, Susie has a gift for naming bands and naming things like that. And we were talking about what
did we say?
You said,
yours should be called Airplane Mode.
Airplane Mode.
That's a great band name.
Great band name. And we were laughing, and I brought this up, that Susie, like, years ago when we were on the challenge, some guys were talking about, like, you know, women's parts. And Susie was like, no, man, mine's Pristine. And she was like, Pristine Pussy. And then you looked at me and you're like, hey, that's our band name. You're like, if we have a girls' metal band, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Why was I announcing?
And then what's the other one that you said? It's In Polite Company.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Great name.
Yeah, I like that one.
So
and I did for a while want to have a band called Hot Cross Nuns. Because that's funny. Like, I like the idea that they're hot, but they're mad, but they're nuns.
Oh, that's great.
But we don't really have the talent. We're just good at naming bands.
Correct. It's kind of like nail polish colors or paint colors.
Yeah, if you have a band and you're looking for a name,
we can name it.
Yeah, tell us like your interests.
Totally. Who's
in the band? Yeah. What's the style? And then we'll go with, I'll give you 10 options.
I love this. This is kind of like that design, that websites where you can submit for graphic design, logo ideas. And they're like, here you go, but we're going to give you names.
Yeah.
Baby names, we can do that. Whatever, what you want.
Oh my God.
That'll be like a Patreon level. At this level, we will name your whatever.
I would pay them.
Right.
I would pay someone to let me name their kid.
Oh my God. What would you like? Would you put, is this like that tattoo show that was on MTV where you're going to like end up giving somebody a portrait of yourself on their inner thigh?
No, I would give it a lot of thought.
Right.
And I would be very intentional with my choices.
Yeah.
I would give them like 3 options, I think. You know, maybe I would include one that's like ethnic based on their ethnicity, and then 2 that I just like.
Okay, cool.
If you're interested, you guys, let me know. Yeah. I'll give you $50.
She is so good at naming things.
Think it over. Wouldn't you feel nervous naming someone's baby? Wow, Sarah's looking like not really.
No.
A human name.
I think I would feel better. You know, it's kind of like, this is probably not the same, and I probably would feel a lot of stress. But when I go to a restaurant and I pick out the food and I order it, I never like it as much as if somebody else orders for me.
Okay.
Because then if I don't like it, I don't have to put it on me. I could put it on the other person.
Yeah.
Be like, oh,
you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. But if it's, I make the decision, then I'm like, oh God, I have food remorse. Food, like,
what does that have to do with naming them though?
That I wonder if if I had a baby, if I would like the name I gave it more than a name somebody else just gave the baby.
If you had a baby.
Like, I think I would like a name that somebody else gave the baby better than.
Really?
I think I would second guess it. I would like go back and forth. It's almost like, I don't know. I just feel like.
Okay.
I would okay. Our friend Mariana.
Yeah.
Corey was the one. Our other friend Corey picked out Mateo's name, or like found the name Mateo, or heard the name Mateo, and was like, I got the name. Mateo.
Okay.
And she was like, oh my God, I love that name. It was so good. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. And I think so. And I know she loved the name and everything. And it was like somebody else picked out her baby name.
What if you didn't get to approve it though? Like,
oh no, that's not happening.
Okay.
Just like pick and you have nothing. You can't, no return policy. No,
like if that was, you had to pick the name for someone else's kid. That's a lot of pressure. A human has to keep that their whole life.
Yeah. Okay, that is pressure.
Even just naming my own
I know,
kid.
that's the part. That, like, makes me nervous.
Ugh.
I'm like, what am I gonna... And just, like, having to agree on a name with your partner. That seems terrifying.
That's hard, too.
Oh, man. And I really have my heart set on naming my daughter Elle.
Yeah.
Short for Eleanor.
Yes.
And it doesn't even have to be Eleanor. It could just be Elle, E-L-L-E. And... yeah, I've gotten a lot of pushback with that one. So it seems like...
Why? That's a great name.
I think so, too. And...
that was going to be our girl name, but
Ella.
Adam and I say it differently, so we didn't...
How do you say it? Oh, like you pronounce it differently?
Yeah, because he's British.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to think of.
Yeah, they're like... They say kind of like Elena. It's a totally different name, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, it is.
But...
Eleanor. Oh, gosh.
You don't have to consider those things if your husband is an American.
Right.
He's studying for his citizenship exam. He'll probably know more about civics than I do when he's done.
Has he told you anything about it? Or
no, we just got an email today that was like, hey, you're going to have this meeting. And I'm like, Adam, you better get studying.
Or buy your red, white, and blue polo shirt that you need to wear.
God, what if that's all it took?
Right.
To just be the guy. Wear the hat. Yeah. I mean, he has it easy because he's an English speaker, but
Yeah.
can you imagine?
Yeah.
Where you have to demonstrate it.
Because don't they have that? They have like the test and everything like that. And we had mentioned a while back when he was like going through this problem that we need to take it on here and see what we get right or get wrong.
You're so right.
I know.
We forgot.
It's perfect.
I should grab his book for our next episode because I would be embarrassed.
I'm going to be embarrassed. Ugh.
Who's your favorite founding father, by the way?
Oh my gosh. Oh, maybe Ben Franklin.
Yeah, he's a good one. What is it, the bifocals you're into?
I like the inventions and like I like his and you know all the sayings.
I know he
That's
really
like-
had
yeah.
a lot of those.
Yeah.
Very witty, that guy.
Yeah, and like, you know, down to fuck.
What does that mean?
He had syphilis.
Somebody else just said that to me, and I'm like, why do people keep saying that about Ben
I don't know why I
Franklin?
said- Did you see the episode of The Office where Ben Franklin comes in? They have like a character dress up as Ben Franklin, and he's supposed to stay in the role, and he's like hitting on Pam, and Jim comes up and goes, so, careful about the syphilis. And like the whole time.
way.
And he's like, got to stay in character. So Jim keeps asking him all these questions that are like super embarrassing about like, it's a great episode.
How come, do people still get syphilis?
I think so.
And like, what, you really don't hear much about it these days.
Because most people are
What?
practicing safe sex, I think.
I don't think that's
And
why.
also, you don't think so? Well, I don't know. And maybe it's, I think that's one where you just take some meds and you're good.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not like
Then
you don't have
what's
it for
the big
forever.
Deal, then?
Right.
Back then, it was a death sentence, though?
Yeah, because I don't think there were like antibiotics or whatever that gets rid. So it just like, it turns into more stuff.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That is gross. What's your least favorite sexually transmitted disease?
It's got to be herpes.
Why does it have to be?
I don't know, because it seems like it would be painful.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I don't
also-
know. Look, I don't know, Sarah.
Right. I'm like, I don't either. I was like, yeah.
I just can't believe you had the answer right off the top of your head.
It just seems
and
like
you said
one
it
that
has to be.
Yeah, it seems like I'm like freaked out about, like, you know, even, like, yeah.
Yeah, because that one you can't just get rid of
I
it.
remember, like, Landon and I were in, where were we? Sweden or something. And there's this place you can go where you can, like, it's like kind of like their Amsterdam, like, version of, like, where you can, like, go to the smoke shops.
Red
and you
light
can, like,
district,
yeah, kind of
yeah.
like that. And so we, like, bought a joint and we're, like, hanging out and, like, you know, smoking in a park. And, like, we're at this, like, I don't know if it was like a bar or something where like people can come sit down like next to us. And this guy comes and sits down and he looks like a freaking bum. And Landon passes him the joint. Like, this is a freaking Bob Marley concert.
Why?
That's what I said. And my eyes got so wide. And I was like, I'm not putting that freaking thing in my mouth afterwards.
Yeah.
And like, I can't. I can't share.
Landon
like,
just feeling the
I
community?
guess so. And he's like, I knew you were going to do that as soon as I handed it to him. I'm like, well, why did you?
Well, is that a thing in pot culture where you
Like,
just
yeah, puff, puff,
share
pass, man.
with strangers, though?
Yeah, but it's like not okay with me. Yeah, I mean, but it's like, it is weird.
Of course it is
It's freaking weird.
I'm all for community
Yeah,
and...
I can't share. I can't do that with people I don't know. That's no. That would be
Right.
a no-go.
Would you drink out of someone's wine
Nope.
glass? No way.
Especially after being on the challenge. And so for people who don't know this, I don't know when this started, but at a certain point in the history of the challenge, they made it so we have to have a STD, basically like talk
What?
before. This was probably after you left.
I think so.
Of course. So what they would do is at the airport, they had a nurse come and she would break us into groups of like 4 to 6 people and then
What?
take us into a corner and then she'd give a slideshow. It was usually a female. Do I say this? And she'd do like a slideshow on these are the possible STDs you can get. These are how STDs are contracted. These are ways that you can like why it's important to use your own towel and not share this stuff and not share razors and blah, 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 blah. And basically saying all this so that we can sign something that says we don't know what anybody in this house has and you're like,
Okay.
it's on you.
At your own risk.
Yes.
Okay.
Totally. So they couldn't say something like, oh, we shared, I don't know, whatever, and I got this. And
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like covers their butt. But I mean, I remember just sitting through all these being like,
Well,
trust me, I'm not having sex with any of these people.
the reason that they do that must be because someone got something and tried to
Yeah.
sue.
Gotta be.
was it?
Right.
Question mark. We will find out.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm sure there have been a number of STDs.
It's got to be.
Oh, yeah. There's no way that there wouldn't be. Makes no sense. That's a nice way to wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm their favorite STD.
See you next time.
Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.